It's time to take a stand, bringing the truth to a fucked up land. We've had enough of the lies and deceit. We're done for good with the toxicity. All hail thanks, we are the Rabyd Nation. All hail thanks, we are the Rabyd Nation. All hail thanks, we are the Rabyd Nation. We are the Rabyd Nation.
And welcome to the Rabyd Atheist and welcome to the Rabyd Nation. I'm your host, Ed Raby, a former pastor turned atheist, now a compassionate anti-theist. Welcome to my channel and welcome to the Fireside Chat on Mondays now. I see some of that chat. I'll deal with that in a minute. But today's Fireside Chat, this is more of an open forum. You can ask me anything you like, talk about whatever you like. More of just a get-together. We're a little bit more lenient with the theists. Don't preach at me. Don't quite. I'm just going to tell you quoting Bible verses at me is not going to really work all that well either. I know the Bible better than most. So, but yes. So there's that. But yes, just open forum today. My mods have been instructed basically to time you out rather than ban you or something. So, and to be a little bit easier with it. But thanks everybody for stopping by, and we're going to get a quick roll call of everybody. And we have Fred here. He won't be able to stay long because he's got to leave. Mighty Philbert, once again, thanks for the theme song. Awesome stuff. Anne Marie is here. Outstanding. Ray is here too. Good. Where's Fangs? Fangs is everywhere. He's so fast. And thanks for the haircut. But I'm actually kind of a little stoked. Yeah, but I got a haircut and I didn't realize that I was getting the haircut for an occasion. And that occasion being Paulogia emailed me like a week and a half ago, but I didn't know it. And because I'm crap and I don't check my Gmail as much as I should. For the channel, mostly because not a lot usually happens there, but unless I'm expecting it. So, and he wanted to know my educational creds. And then I saw he dropped his video yesterday, I believe, late. And I'm like, oh, it's another Habermas video. I'll have to watch that later. Not really realizing that I was in it. And so I'm kind of stoked about that. I've been a big fan of Paulogia's work for a long time, mostly because I think his minimal witness theory is as good as any other alternative theory of how Christianity took off or anything else that's secular that doesn't involve miracles that I've ever heard. And he's been going kind of at Habermas with his proofs of the resurrection stuff. And I'm like, yeah, you're on. And oh gosh, I wish I could remember. The one doctor also, said if you want the stuff on Habermas, Paulogia is the best guy with Habermas. So it was kind of interesting I'm like, okay, I'll have to watch that later because it was a bad time for me at the moment. I was getting ready for work and trying to get some stuff done around the apartment. And then I had to leave for work. And I, in general, try to listen to other things at work, mostly music. So I'm like, I'll watch that later. And so I got up at 4 today and I started watching the video. I'm like, oh, I'm in Paulogia's video. Okay. And basically what I do that is kind of an introductory thing is I was like reviewing Paulogia's stuff and talking about it and how Habermas was so disingenuous about him saying, oh, the majority of these people are skeptic scholars. And it's like, no, the majority of them are Christians. And you didn't make the statement about, hey, I'm differentiating evangelicals from the rest of Christendom, and the rest of Christendom I'm counting in skeptics. And I'm like, no, that's not legit. And then I think one of the Paul pointed out to me that one of the guys that commented on that video that addressed me with that was a theist was actually one of the guys in the video I was dealing with. And I'm like, I didn't know that. I'm like, and he asked me, what do you think about the mental law facts? And it's like, I don't agree with any of them. I don't think they're good. They're good stuff. So yeah, it was one of those moments where I was like, hey, yeah, so had a great time the other night. Thanks for inviting me. So, but yes, so I'm like, okay, what do I do with this? So I've been emailing a little bit with Paul, and I don't know what's going to come of it, but I'm happy. Like I've said it many times before when I've reacted to Paul and done his stuff. It's like, Paul, I know Bart Ehrman's kind of hard to top as far as a New Testament scholar to be a friend of the channel, but my master's degree and my biblical studies degrees and theological studies degrees definitely could add some credit. I actually look at Paul's minimal witnesses as a pretty good basis for what happened. I think a whole bunch of things happened at the supposed resurrection in Jesus. Like all you need is sincere belief. It's why I don't accept like Gary Habermas's minimal facts, because most of them really don't have a damn thing to do with the resurrection itself. So it's more about things around the resurrection, and it doesn't really deal with it. So, and there she is, the lap in which our Lord naps, the wonderful, the lovely I Killed Earl. And Michael, welcome, Michael. But yes, if you want to watch Paul's video where I do appear at the beginning, you can go. I put the link for that in the description, so you can always go look at that. But I was stunned. Like it's kind of recent for me here. It's like been a couple hours. So, but I was like, oh, he when I did those streams on the review of what he was doing, I I didn't realize that I was going to be ultimately quoted. But thanks, Paul. Thanks, Paulogia, and all the views. And I did manage to ask Shannon Q if her wrist was better since the last time I talked to her. Haven't got back on that, but yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was a cool surprise, Martin. It really was, and welcome. But yeah, it was kind of nice because let's see, who have I hung out with now that most people know? Prophet of Zod was the first one who came by, and he grabbed a video from me and reacted to it too. And I had several dialogues with him in the comments section. That was kind of a thrill. And then Shannon Q came on a live stream I did. We talked about various issues. That video we were talking about was actually clergy in the hospitals and stuff. And then Paul giving me a shout out in one of his videos. That's kind of been my extent so far in 6 years of YouTubing, but it's a thrill. I've been a fan of Paul long before I YouTubed. He's been doing it a couple years longer than me. So I started watching him. Oh yeah, I think I was. See, I'm trying to do my timeline in my head. I think I just deconverted out of the church. I was just getting into watching YouTube videos about deconversion, and he was one of the guys that popped up. And so I've been watching his stuff for a long, long time. And so we ended up doing that. So I don't know if I've not arrived. I'm like a small YouTuber that focuses on deconversion and focuses on atheism and when it's misrepresented. And so, I probably should broaden my horizon. I have degrees in a lot of stuff that I could do stuff on, but yeah, it's always a thrill when somebody recognizes your work that's a little bit longer and higher in the game than you are. So I appreciated it. Yeah, he's oh gosh, I wish I could remember there's a doctor that said, yeah, his work on the resurrection and Habermas is the best on YouTube. I wish I could remember his name and give him a shout out, but yeah, I'm crap for remembering names. So, but yeah, it was he is right. Like I'm going to say this, given Paul's work on Habermas, the resurrection, looking at the historical Jesus, I know Paul didn't finish his degree, but somebody should give him an honorary something for all the work he's done. So it might have been Richard Carrier. Yeah, it might have been him. But yeah, Dr. something. Yeah, Dr. Richard Carrier. Um, so there's that. But yeah, it's been fun doing that. And I'm sorry, Paul's done good scholarly work. I have my master's degree is a research degree, so there's a heavy emphasis on good research. And Paul does his homework. And so when Habermas is irritated at Paul, it's because deep down inside, Habermas knows that Paul has done his homework, and so um, yeah, he's a mythicist, and I understand. I've said it before. I'm kind of on the fence of that. Could Jesus be like Hercules? Possibly. It's also possible that there was a rabbi by which that was named. Well, Fangs has showed up. Some of you asked for Fangs. So the lab which the Lord Nav has buggered off for the evening. I grace you all with my nibbly. Okay, so all hail to Fangs being in chat. Thanks, Fangs, for showing up. See, I don't have more evidence for Fangs than God. So there you go. Oh, yeah, it'll be convenient. So there you have it. But yeah, it was nice. It was nice today. Nice surprise. Nice. Treated me well. I always love it when that happens. So there you have it. But yes, we'll give Fangs our hail today. And people, I remember Saturday I had a long discussion with Master Blaster about Fangs, and he thought he was thrilled with the idea because Fangs is like the perfect deity to illustrate absurdity. So yeah, yes, Fangs is real. There you go. But man, the whole story of this is just, I'm definitely, when I write it at the end of my book on my testimony and life and stuff like that, this is going to be one of the highlights of my life, is creating a creating a cult out of whole cloth, out of nothing, simply because, closed captioning used to do that, and then B.S. Lewis did it to me, about mistranslating my name. So yes, there's that. So yes, but it was a real thing. Yeah, see, Fangs even agrees. Yes, Fangs is real. He's in UCHAP. Egg faces. There you go. Yes. I'm glad I'm appreciated. I am. So there's that. It was very cool what Paul did. Either one, Katie. Either one. Fangs doesn't care. Like, most people don't understand when I say Fangs is an atheist deity. Fangs draws strength from non-belief. Like, he gets stronger as a deity the more people don't believe in gods at all. So he doesn't care if you worship him or not. Okay, so there you have it. But I'm gonna bring up a cuter version. But I put that one in because somebody put it in the chat. But yes, but I've started using this one on the Facebook channel. So still one of my favorite looks from Fangs. It's like, what me worry. Really has an Alfred E. Newman look on his face. I don't know. I probably feel a lot like the people who wrote the Bible when they were basically writing down their culture's mythology, and I'm fairly certain they didn't think it would get this far. So, you like the last one better? I like the cute one better. Here, I'll give you some more versions of Fangs. We have a bunch. Here. I like this one because this is Fangs in all of his chubby glory. So there you go. Oh, good to see you. How to roll asteroid. Jim Dot Beep. Yeah. There you go. There you go. But this is a different one. For years, and then I thought St. Francis was a sissy. Except from a guy named Francis. Yes, Fangs is definitely the agent of chaos. So, so there you go. But yeah, that's my fireside moment for the day. Was being mentioned in the Habermas video. And the fact that Habermas hangs out with Frank Turek does not surprise me. They both have kind of the same attitude about atheists, and they both have, the atheists are just angry. The end of the video, if you get to the end of the video, I so resonate with Paul on the end of that about Habermas's remarks about atheists. They're just angry and all this other stuff. And I'm like, my emotional resonance went off with that one. So look like the one, you mean this one? Thanks has a lot of iterations. Like here, I'll give you another one. Maybe you can compare it to another one. But this one is more recent, and it's also the grumpy emoji for. There it is. But yeah, there's this one. Yes, you can, because Fangs, Triple E, and welcome, by the way, Triple E. Fangs has the ability to see through any rabbit's eyes, hear through their ears, use any of their senses. So, I mean, I can't guarantee if you talk to your rabbits, Fangs will hear you, but there's a pretty good chance, seeing you are a devoted follower, that he will do so. So, but Fangs themselves said they were Chaos Ray, right? So there's that. Oh. The thing about the anger comment, yeah, I'm angry at some time of how much time I wasted, how much all that crap. So when Habermas says stuff like that, and Turek says stuff like that, and the one pastor I did a reaction to a long time ago said, the A stands for angry. On the one hand, yes, so what? Just because we're angry doesn't mean we're not right. Okay. Emotions don't prove one thing one way or the other. They just prove emotions, and so I don't understand the objective. But at the other hand, it's like, I don't know. I've seen a lot of theists get pretty angry over the years. So I don't know. When it talks about angry, just Fangs. We don't shame anybody for their bodies around here, Fangs. You're all beautiful. We just don't, especially yours, Fangs. Come on, we're devoted to you. Oh, see, I don't know. I have a new friend. You blushing, buddy? Okay, there you go. You're beautiful, Fangs. Beautiful. Say my name. Thinking of Muhammad Ali. Aw, see? Yeah, see, Fangs. It's not that. It's a dad bod. And there's a lot of ladies that like a dad bod, so you're fine. You can always change it, remember? I mean, your transformation powers are legendary. I mean, you can appear as just about anything, bunny or human. So you can't seem to get unangry. Yes. I always love that anger thing that they do with atheists. Like, why wouldn't you become angry if you realize that you've been defrauded most of your life and you believed something and based your life on something and then you found out it was false? Why wouldn't you be upset at that? Like, if in any other context, your anger would be justified, but somehow atheist anger, particularly those that have deconverted, isn't justified somehow. And it makes their position false, like, or illegitimate. I do not understand the argument at that point. Like, if any one of these theists that made this argument would say, hey, you know, I got defrauded and this bank, stole my money, you'd be very right to be angry. Okay. If the snake oil salesman took your money and you suddenly realize it's snake oil, you have every right to be angry about that. So, yes. There we go. Thank you for nibbling on my heart. I'm a changed man. Yeah, that may look like Jabba the Hutt. Maybe, I don't know. So, birthday man, and it looks like my birthday puzzle from the. All right, there you go, man. See, this is the kind of thanks for sharing that, Evan, because whenever I talk to deconverted people, like they're always looking for something good in life, especially where they're in their throes of it and they're fighting with it and doing all that stuff. But this is when somebody in your life is just does stuff like that for you, it makes your day. And I kind of appreciate that when that happens to me. But with this, yeah, it gets irritating. Like, Azo and Earl were there for the live stream we did on Saturday with Master Blaster and a couple theists, and the gaslighting that these theists always give me, like, oh, did you know this, or did you have the right religion, or it's like, oh, you didn't have the right like this was a new one. You didn't have the right canon of scripture. You didn't have the pseudo figure of the middle 10 books in it or anything. It's like, oh yes, as if that would have made any difference. Like it's like I get mad. I don't get mad at the gaslighting anymore because it happens so often. Like every theist I meet, because they believe so sincerely, like they can't imagine how somebody can lose their faith because it's so obviously true to them, and they gaslight you bad. Like your experience is illegitimate, your denomination was illegitimate, your studies for half your life in the Bible are illegitimate. It's like, I don't know. Yeah, it irritated me. Like you can see that in that if you watch that live stream on Asso's channel, it's like you can see I got angry because I get I don't get as angry as I used to because I understand it. I get why they're doing it, but it pisses me off. Like, you don't know who I am. I mean, the one guy was Daniel was making a shit ton of assumptions about me when he's interrogating me because he's been told. So I don't know. Never been a theist. Yeah, I can get that. They don't play till it'd be easier not. Yeah, I mean, if Christians were like the Christians that actually founded the United States, I'd be a little bit less angry. The funny thing about it is when you read the records and stuff of the founding of the Constitution, it was the Christians that were advocating for a society without a state religion because they all had been persecuted and kicked out of England or somewhere else, and they knew the power of one version of Christianity getting control over the others. And so, in order to protect themselves from that, they kept Christianity out of the government. They made the government secular, and it's a landmark achievement in humankind. But the Christians today don't seem to want to listen to them. So, and I'm waiting because we got the prayer in school thing coming here, Ron, and I'm like, okay, be careful what you wish for. All you Wiccans, all you Buddhists, every single religion needs to now apply to be able to be part of the prayer in school. And they do this every time, and then like, oh, that's not what I was expecting. You were hopping mad at that interview. It curled your whiskers, fangs. Yeah, I see, and I love like Asho and Earl because I'm like oblivious to some things socially whenever I do a live stream like that, and so they pick up. And Master Blaster came in, and Blaster Master, oh gosh, I hope I didn't do that wrong, but yeah, it was just an angry moment for me because it's like, quit assuming stuff about people who deconvert. It's one of the most irritating things about apologetics and about people who deal with us that are deconverting, and is they make the assumptions. They run right to Romans 1:18-20. And I wish I had Dave from Captive Death's little thing of I could pull the video up and they could laugh. But they assume that's true. And so it has to be, I still believe in God or whatever. And they run with that assumption in a lot of different ways. And it irritates the snot out of me. But my autistic masking most of the time is really good. So you don't see it. And I'm not even sure if I'm reading my stuff about autism right. Like I may not be neurologically equipped in my face to express emotions properly. That's another possibility. But inside, like I was fuming because it's like, dude, you are assuming way too much shit. Okay. You're just way assuming. Okay. And today my emoji is the grumpy one for that. Both our favorite rescue person who died. Oh, that is, Evan, that's a great moment. I know it's a sad moment, but it's a great moment. When people actually resonate with your humanity, you should always latch onto that. Make that a good memory in your life, man. You're not angry at gods. I don't believe I'm angry at beliefs that warp decent people into monsters. Yes. Oh. Yeah, you couldn't say with Daniel and other schmuck who seemed to be okay with it. Yes. Yeah, he did kind of seem to be okay with the young guys. Yeah. I had lots of uh uh well, he's a transformer god that can transform into a lot of different forms. So yes, if he wishes. And heck, if he goes into his female form for some of you, he can have all the big things you like on women too. So, but yes, Fangs is it's one of his known powers that he can transform into anything. I just refer to him as he because I'm a he, but so. I just own Mike's rabbit companion for bench sacred separation of bunnies and state. Okay, there you go. Hey, Gen Z. It was when you try to tell. Yeah, it's like they're trying to tell me what I think and what I believe, and I'm like, no. And then they come after me. Well, what do you believe? I'm like, it doesn't matter what I believe. Like, you got to prove your belief system is good, even if you disprove me. Even if you prove there's some God out there, it doesn't mean it's yours. So you like big toes on women? Well, teach their own. We don't kink shame either here, Blossom. So, you have your kinks. We don't slut shame. We don't kink shame. We don't body shame here. So you're good. So there you go. But yes, Fangs' known power is to transform into different shapes, including human ones, if he wishes. So, in fact, that's part of the canon of Fangs is that's how Jesus was conceived. So Jesus's actual parents are Fangs in President Kennedy form with Marilyn Monroe. Those are Jesus's real parents. That's why he's white. So so there you go. That's why Jesus turned out white despite being born of an Arabic mother. So there you go. Yeah, the like button is sluts in this house. Yes, we don't slut shame. In fact, we embrace sluts around here, so you're all good. Yes, nibbles on your heart, Fred. See you later, man. You can watch the rest later. I'm sure we'll have a good time and you'll be laughing. But yes, but yeah, the live stream was good. Paulogia's reference to one of my live streams was good today. He wanted to get my educational credits to put it in the video, but I didn't get back to him in time, and I'm kind of mad at myself for that. So, hey, Dave, I was just talking about you. I must have summoned you from the darkness. So there's just talking about you, and all of a sudden, because I was talking about how theists assume Romans 1:18-20 is true, and that becomes the basis of how they interrogate you. And I had that experience on Saturday, so so there's that. But yeah, ugly feet is a deal breaker for you. So you do feet shame. Okay, there you go. Teach their own. I'm just saying. But yeah, I was like, I really need Dave's clip here of somebody laughing at Romans 1:18-20. But yeah, I was like, see, I do those live streams with Aso and Earl every once in a while. And every time it tells me why I don't do live streams like that, inviting people. I'll leave that to people like Dave and Breakfast Tacos and a few others to handle all that nonsense. But it's just like, the Romans, haha, yes. It's one of the best videos on the internet, Dave. I'll give you credit. But yeah, like I needed it Saturday because I could see these guys like coming at me from a pre-supper, like, you got to prove your atheism kind of thing. And, they're like, Daniel's like hitting all the buttons. You didn't have the right scripture. You didn't have the right denomination. You didn't have the right, you weren't thinking about, you didn't read the right people, on and on the list goes. And behind all of it, I could sense you really do believe in God, Mr. Rabyd Atheist. You just are denying him in your unrighteousness. And I'm like, oh my God, that's one of the reasons I know the Bible isn't inspired. Because I genuinely don't have any belief in God. And what that said in Romans isn't. And it's like, oh, sorry, Paul's wrong. He's just wrong. So, oh, he who is large foot. Oh my goodness. Yes, and since a tremor in the forest, it's possible. But yes, but I see. The thing is, Captain Dave, I have missed you for the last 2 weeks. Like, it's like my warm up to my own stream. So I missed you. You don't like Angry Fangs? Fangs gets angry because it's not about whether you believe it. I mean, he just doesn't like stupid shit. Okay, Fangs just doesn't like stupid shit. Okay, and I'm kind of putting that in the book me and Earl are writing. So it's like he looks at stuff and says, "This is dumb." Yeah, and me and Earl being autistic kind of comes out in that too, because both of us have had experiences at work where we're like looking at who's in charge and going, how the hell did they get in charge? Like, it's like, and Fangs just doesn't like stupid stuff, but I can always give you a different one. There we go. We'll have the happy Fangs. Fangs does get happy on a time when when you let him consensually nibble on your heart. Fangs is very happy. Imagine that, cause you're a good atheist. I mean, ready to die. Yes, that Casey, Father Casey. I did a reaction to him on that very video, Blossom, and I said, like, what? What are you talking about? So, what are you talking about? But yeah. Okay. Well, I get it, man. You recover, man. You do what your doctor tells you to do to get better, man. Yeah, I mean, you have one of the sexiest voices on the internet, and it would be a shame to lose you if you didn't follow your doctor's instructions. I would get mad. Dave's male voice is the only one that makes me reconsider my heterosexuality. I'll just say that. And a lot of women agree with me. So, your wife's a lucky man, sir, to listen to you talk to her all the time. You should tell her that. Let's see how that works. But yes, I hope you're doing better, man. Do what you got to do, though. So there you go. Indeed. As a bye guys say, swing, swing, swing. Okay, there you go. If I end up at the pearly gates, I have a few questions, need answers before I stroll in. See, that's the thing. Like, the guy was coming after me. Like, I suppose I should talk about afterlife beliefs. There's no afterlife belief has any evidence for it. None, zero. I mean, it doesn't matter if you believe in Valhalla or heaven or hell or, reincarnation or any of that crap. It's all literally a claim with zero evidence, like none. And they're going on and on and on, but faith proves it. And I'm like, faith is useless to prove anything. Then it can literally prove anything. Like, and they don't seem to get it. When I said that, I'm like, I could say my faith in Fangs proves Fangs. And I'd rather go with the fact that Fangs has dropped a few quotes here in chat as proof of Fangs' existence. There it is. That's like at least tangible evidence compared to faith. So I don't know, but yeah, it's like, there you go. But it's just like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. If I think Christopher Hitchens was asked that question. What if it turns out you're wrong? And he says, well, why don't you believe him? And like, I would say the same thing. You didn't give us enough evidence. You're totally incompetent, God, at giving evidence, which is another good reason not to believe. Like, if God is this omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent being, he would know what standards of evidence would be in different societies and how they would change. And so at the very beginning of his revelation to man, he would know that, and he would be punching all the buttons. But because everything's so ambiguous and so left to faith, it's like, yeah, no, thanks. If I'm going to pick an afterlife, see, now here's the thing, Ron. If I'm wrong and I end up at the gates of Valhalla because I die in battle, I'm going to take that. Okay. I'll walk right into those doors and grab a mug of mead. I mean, so, there's some afterlife beliefs I don't mind. It's not bad. So that's the thing. And I felt sorry for them because their afterlife beliefs are going to cause them to waste a lot of time in their life that they could be devoting to other things that are real. Okay. And I'm sorry, my life is much more precious now that I know that there isn't an afterlife. There's no proof of any afterlife. And so this life that I have, I want it to be good for me. I want to be happy in it as much as possible. I want to understand it. I want to grow and develop as a person right up to the end. It's like, and then when the end comes, I'll be like Mark Twain, yes, please, sweet oblivion. So thank you. So there's that. There's no swings for you? No swings for you anymore? I don't know. Thanks. Your behavior is kind of the ultimate in swinging. You wonder who brushes the pearly gates and keeps them clean? I don't know. So we could have Earl do the dental hygienist things. Does dental hygienist work on pearls? So I'm just curious. Once you get there. Yeah. Yep. Swingers Unite. Okay. Oh. I would like to start with worry about the after once you get there. Yeah, I mean, I'm very content with the definition of my life, the defining moment of life at death being that's the end of it. Like I didn't exist, and I before I was born, and I had no problem with it, and I will have no problem with it after I cease to exist. So it's like I won't be around to have a problem with it. And this is why I no longer fear death. Like it's silly to, this is probably something I do take from like Viking understanding of death is like, it's something that's inevitable. It's something that once it's happened, I won't really have anything to say about it afterwards. So why fear something like that? Like I fear some of the ways I could die because they suck, but it's like, it's silly to fear death, and it's fear of death that causes people to become religious. So my two kids were all badly injured and no fault of their own. Is there someone in charge? I need answers. Yes, that's a very good, valid question. Yeah, I assume some of you have watched George Carlin's routine about religion. That where he makes the statement. This is the more you live, the more you look around, the more this is not good work. Like this is the work of an office temp with a bad attitude. Hey, see you, Steven. I've been streaming, so I'm getting ready to. I've ordered the whole Habermas thing with Paulogia and all that stuff. I've realized that in my videography, I don't have me actually dealing with the minimal witness or the minimal facts theory very much. And I probably need to go on the record as to why the minimal facts doesn't convince me. Mostly because I don't think most of the facts actually deal with the resurrection. So you fear death, that's fine. You have dreaming where it feels real and important, and then it's gone when you wake up. Yeah, probably. Assuming we wake up. Leave the pearly gate polishing to the sheep. Oh, that's brilliant. Rain's full of flood, don't you? Okay, so the reason why the pearly gates are shiny, is this the mythology? Is the sheep just go up and polish them with their wool? I can buy that. That's as reasonable, logical explanation as any other I could get. So I think I do that too. Like the thing about it, Triple E, is as a former minister, I've held the hands of a lot of dying people and actually been around when three of them died. Like I was literally holding their hand when they died. And yeah, it's like for a lot of them, the last months just sucked. Like, and now that I no longer believe in an afterlife, it's like, what kind of life do these people had? I now give Robin Williams and a lot of other people a lot of slack when they make the decision. Like, you know what? I don't want to go through that. I'm going to die anyway. I've experienced all I want in life. I'm going to say goodbye to my friends and be done with it. You know, it's like one of the ones that happened to me personally is this lady came into my church and she told me like she had, you know, liver and pancreatic cancer at the same time. And I'm like, well, that sucks. She says, they've given me 3 to 6 months. And she looked fine. Like she looked absolutely perfect at that moment. And 6 months later, I'm holding her hand. She's absolutely nothing there. Like she's gone from like literally 150 pounds to maybe, I would have broke her if I tried to lift her out of the bed. Totally yellow, you know, struggling for every breath. When I held her hand, she looked at me and she was like totally scared. Like the process of dying sucks. And I'll agree with you there for some. You're too tired to fear it. I have the calmness some atheists have about it, but I fear it'll turn me into religion because it's a lie. Yeah. Perfectly fine with no facts theory. Yeah, I'm not a big fan, Toad Hopper, and welcome. The the book that got me to think about this is actually a science fiction book, Time Enough for Love by Robert Heinlein. But it was like you have a main character in there that's lived 3,500 years, like 3,500 years, and he gets to the end. I'm done. I've experienced all there is to experience. Screw it. What's the point? Yeah, and it's a real moment when you realize, you know, you could live long enough where nothing really matters anymore. And what good with that? So you're here for Fangs and logic. Okay. Well, Fangs has dropped some pearls of wisdom today. There's some revelation here. Like the pearly gates are polished by the sheep. There you go. Seems perfectly reasonable to me. I'm not afraid to die, but I don't want to be there when it happens. Yeah, there's probably a lot of people's. I won't be conscious, but I'm terrified of whatever pain might ensue leading up to that. Yes. So there's that. No need to fear death. The inky blackness feels soft like my fur. Aw, thank you, Fangs, for that word of encouragement. That's a new revelation. You know, just as you're dying, just embrace the warm, fuzzy black fur of Fangs. There you go. You'll feel better. You'll feel nice. It's as good as the Christian explanation of just embrace Christ. So there you go. Yeah, it gives me more anxiety. I've honestly, when you look at the news, Ron, how much more of this do you want to take? Because this has been going on all my life. Like people are like, why are you so calm right now? I'm like, I don't know. I've been through 25 crises, several pandemics, and I'm still here. So, but I'm getting tired of having to deal with it. I just want to be left alone, kind of thing. Cancer, painful death, believe in God. He or God loves you. Yes, yes. Like when I was dealing with that person that was dying, that woman that was dying, it's one of those emotional moments where I'm like, yeah, if there's a God, he's a fucking ass. Okay, like I can now actually process that better as an atheist. Like, yeah, that's shit. That's a shit way to go. But I'm glad it was over. You know, once she did take her last breath, I'm like, oh, thank the universe, because it was just painful to watch. And I felt the life. I was holding her hand at the time, and I felt the life leaving her. And it's just like, yeah, if there's a God, this is shit. So Relief and finally let go. We think of her as well. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Ron. Appreciate it. I'll actually count that towards the hat today, seeing we're 40 some minutes in. So, yes. Fangs, soft, warm, fuzzy fur. Booze and cigarettes at the grave during her funeral. Two things she likes. Yeah, I am. My kids have actually asked me what I want, and I'm like, I'm not going to be there to be a critic. Okay, like I'm going to be dead. Yeah, it's not like I'm hanging around like a ghost in his corner. So, whatever you do is for you. It ain't for me. And I've already told them, don't bother with the whole vault, coffin, all that shit. That's just expensive bullshit. Just take me to a crematorium, turn me into ash, and put me in a bottle. I mean, and throw me into Lake Michigan. I mean, so I don't care. Um, I don't. Michigan's my home, and whenever I walk outside and take a walk, I just resonate with it. And if my dirt becomes part of the dirt here, I'm happy with that. Thanks. Thanks, Triple E. Appreciate it. That's 2 gifted memberships. Thank you very much. The more gifted memberships we get, I think we're at our limit for emojis. So the more we get, the closer we'll get to having another emoji, maybe. And maybe rotating some out. We'll see. Clear mind, no outward signs. We shall see what is to come. Yes. Yep. My bones enter winter, and I'm fine with it. I don't have energy to go over again. Oh, there you go. Oh, Ron, you and I resonate on this topic way too much. It's like I'm just done. So died from leukemia. I hear that most of the funeral was about God, not about him. Yeah, that sucks. I probably will say that to my kids. I don't want anything about God. You can talk about me. You could talk about your relationship with me. But if you're there to remember me, then remember me. Don't there's a couple of preachers here in town that irritate the shit out of me when I go to funerals sometimes, and because they make it a time for preaching the gospel, and it just pisses me off. So it just makes me mad. So people in my surviving prison saying that's your funeral from Oliver, then I'll kick the bucket. There you go. Drop me in a ditch. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you could dig a hole in this, dump it. It's like, I'm just, I know that they're going to want to do, family always wants to do something. And so, I mean, harvest my organs because I'm an organ donor, and then, whatever you can get out of it. Because by the time I get older, they're not going to want my shit. So, yeah. So there you go. But yeah, they're going to want to do something, but the thought of just being dirt in my favorite home state someday actually feels kind of nice. So I'll be fertilizing something. Still, it's not as quite as chinchilla, but I'm working on securing a contract with Chinchilla for an upgrade. Okay. See, it's nice, Fangs, working with a deity that isn't all powerful, all knowing, and all that stuff, because there's always room for upgrades. So it's nice having that. What you wanted me to swear? Thanks, Martin, but you wanted me to swear? Fucking damn shit, whatever. I have a joke about swearing actually that I use with people because like when I tell people I used to be a minister, they don't believe it because I cuss too much. And I'm like, well, when you're a pastor, you store up a lot of cuss words because you can't say them. You bite your tongue, so they stay out. And now I'm using the overflow, and there's still an overflow. So being in a coven because I had to return to Earth. My Adam's re-ending the cycle century to century realm. Maybe a little mystical, but yeah, I get it. Hey, Native. Sup? Let's see, my mother's funeral. I honestly think that was the beginning of my deconversion. It made me sick. Yes. I've had those moments, and I've preached funerals before, and I think my first few funerals I tried to do the gospel thing, but I'm like, this is bullshit. I want to remember the person that died. Like we need to remember them and come to terms, get past our disbelief that they're dead, and and start working through the grief processes so that we can move on. It's like, and I don't think the gospel helps. I'm just going to say it. I don't think the gospel helps at all. Yeah, Mormon funeral. There's some denominations that you can't get away from. The Assemblies of God was that way too, except for me. I wouldn't do it. I hated that. It's like the gospel. This is the worst time to tell anybody that they're vulnerable. So yes, I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, it depends on how much I live, Michael. I mean, I could donate my body to science, and they could learn all the things that can go wrong. So there you go. I said whatever. Yes, I do say whatever every once in a while. It happens. Whatever. You're fighting with your keyboard? Yeah, I have those fights too. All right. Well, if DoorDash is calling, food is more important. Go get something to eat. Plenty of exercise to keep my heart happy. There you go. You're donating your body to science. You don't have any ownership papers over it after you're dead. There you go. So aren't people slandering me and complaining that I owe them money? Life goals, Biotic. Life goals. There you go, man. I'm going to keep borrowing money and being an ass so people won't have anything good to say about me at my funeral. Oh, that's good. I could so relate to that idea. I've even toyed with the idea, like, if I have any stuff left, I'm going to give everybody a taser gun and say last person standing gets my shit. So, there you go. Oh, I can't figure out about my brain weird after I die, so I should go for it. There you go. Yeah, and I'm just saying, I mean, death is one of those great things to think about. Like, what are they going to do with my body after I'm dead? Like it's completely out of your control. So my Stoic philosophy kicks in and says, so what? I mean, they're going to do what they want anyway. So, but at the same time, it's like, don't preach me into heaven. I don't want to go. Don't talk about God. My life isn't dedicated to God anymore. You know, talk about some of my other achievements, talk about what I've done with my life. Hopefully by that time I'll be a world famous YouTuber and author. So, so there we go. You missed the scene. You fell asleep and missed the scene in Holy Grail, chanting on with a piece of wood. Yeah, they hit. Don't they? Yeah, they hit their cells in the head with a piece of wood. There's a lot of messages in that. So what is right? I have no idea. I have no idea. Fangs whack. There we go. Yeah, there you go. It's in the chat. So if you missed that particular scene, there it is. Oh, the most interesting part of you was cut out already. The aortic valve. All right, there you go. Yep. See, I don't know. There's a lot of interesting parts of human beings, I guess. Some we seem more interested than others. I'm not sure the ones that we should be interested in are the ones we're interested in. So there you go. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Being in charge of what happened to my body after I die isn't squeamish about organ donation if my guts are in decent shape because I'm signed up to. Yeah, me too. Check my messages. Uh-oh. Has Fangs given me another revelation? Hold on. Oh my gosh, do I have to share this with people? You're going to make me share this with people, but it's too funny not to. Oh my goodness, I got to give I may make this a permanent part of stuff here. All right. But this is a vision from Fangs. There we go. There we go. when I die, I want someone to take flowers off my casket and toss them in the crowd to see who's going to be next. Oh, thanks. I so appreciate that. Yeah, he had my number. Actually, we had a email exchange, a couple of them. Unfortunately I got back to him too late because I didn't see his email until like the 10th, and he sent it the 3rd. But he wanted to put my educational creds in, but I got them to him too late. So, so there's that. So there's that effect. But yes, it was a good moment for me. I'll just say that I'm going to carry that for a couple days probably. So I need moments like that in my life from time to time to keep me going. So yeah, there's that. Friendly meme. There you go. Make sure that gets on there. This is a friendly meme. Oh my gosh. That's why I put the flower throwing in your book, Fangs, that me and Earl are writing together. I have somebody. I have Asherah throwing the bouquet, and it's Frigg who gets it, who has a thing for Odin at the time. So there you go. There's a little bit of precursor humor from the book. They were extremely interested in it. You know, I had the same thing happen when I was 17 and my appendix was removed. There were several. The doctor who removed it put it in a jar because it was literally 8 inches long. My appendix was 8 inches long, and it was huge. Like, and it hadn't burst, but it was flaring up. And he said it was lucky that it was so big because otherwise it probably would have burst given all the infection and I would have been in real trouble. But he kept it in a jar and showed it to his friends. So, because it was so big. So, oh, yes. See you later, Philbert. Appreciate it. Thanks. Thank you, sir. But that's a little thievery among memes. There you go. There you go. It works for me. But yeah. Well, meme thievery is kind of an accepted thievery, isn't it? I mean, it's kind of accepted mischief. It's like nobody. It's not the size of your appendix; it's how you use it. Yeah, when he told me that, I'm like, okay. He asked me permission to keep it and put it in a jar because he wanted to show because it was so abnormal. And so I said, well, sure. I mean, if it helps you doctors see what an appendix is better because it's bigger, but there you go. Yeah, I know. Isn't it a great flex? It's just one of the weird things that happened in my life that I remember. And I remember that doctor was so cool too. Like, he was a cool guy. And he joked around, and he always made you feel better just by his presence. There's some doctors that are like that are good at their job, and they make you feel better by them being around. And he was one of them. And he's like, "Hey, man, I removed your appendix. Can I keep it? I got it in a jar right now." And he says, "I want to keep it and show my friends." And I'm like, "What?" He says, "Because it was huge, like for an appendix." So, yeah. Of keeping unwanted teeth. She's, oh, okay. Yeah, me too. It always takes me a long time to get rid of unwanted teeth. There you go. I get it. Appendix, not appendage. Yeah. Yes, Kay, can I show you the size of my appendix? Yeah, I thought about saying, hey, can I keep that? Oh. Oh, man. Speechless I am. Yeah, that was just it. I have these oddities in my life. I sometimes feel like a genetic oddity. Like it feels that way. See you later, Evan. You have a great evening. I got about 15 more minutes, and then I'm going to sign off too because I got to get ready for work. But yeah, it's been a good day today for me. not bad for a Monday. So it's not bad for a Monday at all. So, man, yes, but that's one of my few surgery stories. But my first surgery I don't remember because I was an infant. So hospital surgery and rehab 2 years, multiple months, different locations. I have all the great professionals around me, and it might help not to be an artist. Yes, it's. I don't know. This guy was really good. I think he died like 20 years ago, but he was one of those older doctors with a lot of experience and a really good bedside manner. Like, and you can't beat that for healing. Like, I wish more doctors realized how their attitude and professionals, how that really helps other people be better at their job. So, and it just it makes me heal better when that's the case. Like my last surgery I had, or my last time in the hospital, I had a blockage in my intestinal tract, and it was really giving me trouble. And luckily, they didn't have to do surgery; they just gave me some medication and got it out. But the nursing staff, top notch. Like they came in, checked on me, laughed with me, joked with me. You know, all of them were women, so the fact that they would spend time talking with me was really good too. So because I was in the beginning stages of a divorce at the time, so it did good for other things. Um, so, but yes, it's like I don't know. I just appreciate it when the healers in my life have a good attitude about it. I know it's not always possible because they deal with shit too, and I try to be empathetic with that. So, hey, it's Aso back. So, let's see. She displays vials of a rabbit murdering dog's teeth. I can't, if I'm disgusted or revived. Oh, some of my friends are MDs. In many cases, they start with motivation and then the system gets them just due to the amount of work and little time. Yeah, Dave's here. Dave's been here for a while, asshole. You haven't. Dave's been here for a bit. He's still convalescing, so I'm taking it easy on poor Dave. I'll let him get back on his feet in the proper way. But yeah, we'll be looking forward to the fact when Dave's back on his feet a little bit, metaphorically speaking. So, but yeah, I missed Saturday night at the Atheist the last couple of weeks. It's just been sad for me. Yes, a whole show about me and maybe Earl is going on. Oh, show about me and maybe Earl is going on. Really? Yeah, that'd be great. I'll be a regular on that. Doesn't bother me. There are very few people I'm comfortable streaming with. You're one of them. Earl's one of them. I don't know. A few others. I get anxious in a stream. Yes. Greetings, Master of the Hellhound from Fangs themselves, asshole. Look at that. You're talking to Fangs, not Earl here, so just so you know. So he's the Master of the Hellhound. Oh my goodness. Every time we make jokes about this, I think about what a great illustration this is of people's religious beliefs. Like you're just making crap up most of the time. That's all we do here. Schedules on my channel for Saturday night. Oh, really? All right. Maybe I'll show up. Maybe I won't. Depends on how I feel. Just so you know. She buggered off. A buddy never tells fibs. There you go. Buddy never tells figs. Oh my goodness. Yeah. But yeah, this has been a good day for me. I'll take that. The stream's been good. Okay, so we're going to go back to the toaster guy. Okay, there we go. See, I'm one of the few people that liked your newer version of the song, We Love Toast. Apparently, you went back to the old one, but I like the new one better. So maybe you can do both of them in celebration. So there you go. Yes, Fangs says toast. See, the thing is, Dave, you got to get Bigfoot to show up on your show in the chat somehow. So there you go. Lap nap, yes. There you go. Yeah, I don't know. I like the fact sometimes that Martin, that StreamYard limits you to how many people you can have in chat, and it's a good thing. So so there's that. See, Anne Marie likes toast. I like toast too. It's just the jingle gets in my head and annoys the crap out of me. You have Bigfoot dancing with toast? Oh, that's right, you do now, don't you? That was a new one. So when you are doing videos of Bigfoot, that's actually really Bigfoot. You're just rolling a camera. Okay, fair enough. So you do have Bigfoot on. I won't put it on. See, the thing is, asshole, I won't do that to Earl. Earl has her issues as it is, and I don't need to give her more. So, it's enough whenever I do a stream with Earl. If I can get her to blush or something, it's good. I'm all good at that moment. It makes my week. So, oh, but yeah, so it's. I can definitely see why you did that, asshole, because it is you. And I loved it during the stream. She's like, "You're such an asshole." I'm like, "Yeah, it's his flipping name." Oh my goodness. Oh, Fang. I know. Don't, Earl will be fine. But yes, yeah, she needs major therapy. Really? Okay. Yes, but Fangs is working on that. Like, there's a reason why Fangs naps on her lap. He's trying to comfort her and make her feel better, and he's starting to come around to her antinatalist ways, even though he's a rabbit. So, it's like the association between Fangs and Earl's been a good one. Like, plus I don't have to deal with other things, taking care of a rabbit in my house. So, so there you go. He just speaks to me by distance. So there you go. Or in the case of chat. Too bony for restful naps. I don't know. No jiggle, no wiggle. Okay, well, there you go. There you go. Cinnamon bun, maybe? Oh, my goodness. Oh, the things that get said in chat around here. Oh, I don't know. Some cinnamon toast after this. There you go. See? I don't know. I don't know if Earl has done a art piece of Fangs like eating a piece of toast. That might be something that might inspire her. That'd be a hell of an emoji, a crossover emoji between the two shows. So it would be. If you did a panel, we could be saying out loud. But yes, I don't know. Maybe we should. I'll have to ask Earl. She left and Fang showed up. So and there's no. She was here earlier. So. My slice of life. Yeah. See, but I think that would be a great crossover emoji of Fangs like nibbling on a piece of toast. I think that would be great. I'd definitely do that one. That would be hilarious. Oh yes, that's right. We do have the Pope, don't we? The one we did for the Catholic Church when the new Pope was installed. See if I can find that. Yep, there it is. There we go. So we do have fangs nibbling on toast, sort of, or we know. I mean, it's toasted, bread and with marinara sauce. So there you go. She's allegedly feeding the gators. Allegedly, yes. Yeah. If I need something like that taken care of, I just ship the body to North Carolina. So allegedly, so it's all good. Yes, he has risen. There you go. But yes, this is still one of my favorite pictures, by the way. Holy cow. There's so much in here, but yeah, I think I can get what's the one that's actually, yeah, this one. Is it big enough? No, it's this one that's the bigger one. There we go. There we go. That's the fangs version of toast. There you go. Marinara. Fred was here earlier, but he had to go to work. I don't know what he meant by go to work based on your insinuation there, but there you go. Oh, but yes, this is the Rabyd Atheist version of fangs with toast. Marinara dipped. There you go. We don't have the blood of Christ here. You just grab some marinara sauce and a piece of bread, and you can do communion with fangs. Though fangs prefers vegetables and ranch. So at least that's what I've been told. Fangs is here, they can confirm. And baking until golden brown. Well, Fang said he is risen. Okay, there you go. No, I have not actually plugged into the news yet today. There's a Venezuelan boat that was surrendering. Okay. What happened? Did we destroy them anyway, even though they were surrendering? Oh, and they were surrendering, and we ended up killing people. Outstanding. So, yeah, you're kind of sad. I'm with you. Communion wafers always sucked. They were always bad to me. So, and the some of the communion stuff they sell, holy cow, it's awful. It's like, how can we do this cheaply? Is marinara lubi enough? I don't know. That's nothing I have experience with. Maybe somebody does, if they're willing to admit it. Yeah. Well, it's like, this is why I hate the drug war anyway. It's like, it's stupid. A lot of people dying over bags of powder. It's like, what a stupid reason to be killed for. But also, if you're a cop, I used to have this argument with cops, you're really willing to be killed over a bag of powder. It's like, really, that's what it is. And, well, I'm trying to clean up society. I says, who says that's cleaning up a society besides you? And it's like, yeah, okay. Yeah, we have a Holy Communion cow. We have cows in this picture, don't we? Yeah, they're in the back. So, Holy Communion cow, there you go. All right. See you later, Asso. Appreciate you. Yeah, actually, I'm going to probably get out of here in about a couple minutes, too, because I got to get ready for work. I haven't had anything to eat yet. And I don't usually eat when I first get up because it's bad for my stomach. So, but I'm starting to feel ravenous. So, but yeah, it's been a fun stream tonight. Some of the highlights, there's a link in the description of this stream of the video that Paulogia just did recently, and I'm in there in the early part of it. So you have that bit in there. So if you want to go watch that and see the Rabyd Atheist on Paulogia's channel, get a little bit of a clip time there as I'm taking on a few people about Gary Habermas's stuff. And that was like a month or so ago where I did a series on Paulogia's response to Gary Habermas and agreed with him a lot. So there's that. Yes, I'm the ravenous atheist, and this is my that's my failing as a follower of fangs. I'm not a big fan of vegetables, so they do numbers on my stomach. That's why I have to eat them metaphorically with fangs, because otherwise it doesn't work. But yeah, so if you want to go watch that, that'll be great. And also, we did a lot of talking today about death and how to deal with it, so that's good. No theist to deal with. Sorry about that. Yes, an unfriendly nibble. Yeah, an unfriendly nibble. I thought you were going to sink your fangs into that one. But yes, it's I've just it's been a good day for the most part today. So thanks everybody for stopping by. Also, thanks to Ron for the donated membership, Triple E for the donated membership, and Martin for my favorite number of donations, 666. So thank you. There's that. It's been deleted. What's been deleted? There you go. But there you go, folks. Appreciate all of you. And I'll see you all next time. May the fangs nibble on your heart. All of you had an opportunity to make your request known to fangs today, so thanks very much for that. You like to take an unfriendly nibble. There you go. Unfriendly. Mussolini, there you go. Yes, hail fangs. May he nibble on all your hearts. Make sure you, do your vegetables when you can. Make sure you make your carrots, which are the most holy of vegetables, even more holy by circumcising them and taking off the tip. Make sure you're following the fangdaments or not. Fangs doesn't really care. So thanks for all of that. Appreciate all of you stopping by. As always, live your best life. You only get one go around and then it's over. So you want to take all your time, money, and opportunities and give them to yourself, the people you love and care for, and to make this a better world. You'll be happier if you do. And don't waste them on the trappings of religion and faith, because that's a dead end. I speak from experience. And as always, folks, thanks for stopping by, and I'll catch you next time.
Throw up your fists, it's time to take a